Hello and welcome to Court Farms. This is episode 24, I do believe, the winter months. Right, so we're just going to kind of skip through the next 3 months, just let you in on the sort of daily routine, bits and pieces that we've done. There's not much we can do in terms of field work, etc., over the winter months. So to start with, of course, every morning we do the milk collection. And here we run into a problem. Started, I think, in the last episode, where I so boldly claimed that I had made a wonderful profit on swapping out trailers. If I remember correctly, I wanted a trailer with a bigger capacity so I could fill the water easier. Sold this trailer, which I'm now rebuying, to do that, and thought, I'd made a nice profit. In fact, I've made a huge loss. Beryl is not best pleased. The problem was that trailer could not load goat milk. So this is the only one that loads goat milk that I have at the moment. So I had to rebuy it. Well, live and learn. Spent a good couple of days without a word, not a peep from Beryl. That's the way it goes, I suppose. Any case, so every morning we'll pop in, check out the goats, pick up the milk that we have. We can immediately see we're going to need to feed somewhere along the line, because there's no feed left in the front there. And we'll pop this up to, I think the first thing we'll do is we'll go and check up on the goats in the top pen, the young ones, the goatlings, see if they're producing any milk yet. I don't think so. I think they're still a bit too young, and I think we're going to have to wait until they've had their first kids. So I think, so they haven't even started reproducing yet. So they're not even pregnant yet. 8 months old. Wouldn't have expected any milk, but it's always best to check. I think with the enhanced animal mod on, it may be that you have to wait until they've had the first kids, which would be fairly realistic, as opposed to, I think, under normal circumstances, I think they're quite young when they start giving milk. But in any case, that's neither here nor there. Right, so we've delivered the first load of milk, and we're just going to go and see. I think there may be some sheep's milk to go as well. It's just under, it's probably 800-ish litres. No, I didn't think it would. I just thought I'd give it a try and see if it would load into this trailer from there, but I think you have to deliver straight from the pallet. So we'll just park this up. We'll go and pick up the other tractor with the front load on. Oops, there goes the little water trailer. I think we can change that out eventually, as soon as we've got the other water trailer now, which I think is parked down at the bottom here. There, I can just catch a glimpse of it. Yes, our lovely morning, crisp morning. I'm not sure when we're going to get snow. I think most probably I think the forecast said February-ish. So we may have the opportunity to do a couple of small contracts. There won't be any harvesting contract. We'll have a quick look a little bit later. Right, let's just hop into the Massey with a huge weight behind it. Oh, why did you go that way? Oh, I forgot I had the wrong implement on. We need to get the pellet forks rather than the bale forks for picking up that milk pellet. Yes, our milk production is becoming okay. It's not great, but yeah. I think as the new young ones start coming online, in inverted commas, start milking, we'll see substantial increases. But that's the way it is when you start a dairy herd of any sort. It takes a while to get the production up there, unless of course you start with a huge herd of animals that are already milking. So we started with a reasonable sized herd, but it was always going to be a few years project to be able to get those done, which is pretty realistic really. Whereas the sheep, although they don't produce a lot, are producing straight away because we took over that herd. They were already milking. So that's going to jump up quite substantially when we have the first babies there, or the first lambs. Of course, we're going to have to do something with the males as well. I think I'm going to create a male field and I must probably just mix the goats and male goats together until they're ready to be sold. Right, it's not bad for sheep's milk. Good price on sheep's milk. It's going to help out. Yeah, we're still going to have to rely on contracts for another couple of years, I think, as we build up this herd of goats to be able to start producing the numbers to make it profitable. Right, so I did pick up a couple of cultivating contracts, and I did I think 2 contracts in December. I think I did another 1 contract in January. There was nothing in February. But yeah, so they don't bring in a lot of money, but they kept us busy during the course of the day. And they brought in a bit. Very reasonably mild start to winter. Actually very nice days. As you can see how nice everything is looking in December. There's no snow in December, so no white Christmas. In case. Yeah, so I thought I'd just do a little bit of a show of us doing this cultivation contract. I've missed quite a few spots. I have to go back and I was messing around, to be honest. Right, so the first contract was for 3,000, but we did lease the equipment just to get some decent equipment. And then we did a small contract for 1,800. That was a reasonable bit of money. Of course, we also did feeding every month. We are just popping the last bale into the main goat barn, into the leech goats barn. We also made sure that the sheep and the top pen were not filled up, but had enough food. They can take huge quantities, both of these fields. So although when you look on the computer screens for feed levels, they look pretty low, but they're actually pretty high for the number of stock that are in the fields. Let's bump those down. This is the contract that we did in January. The different equipment. I kind of like this. It's almost like a full circle. I think this was field 100, which is also the very first field we did, or the second field we did a contract on. This was the first one that Beryl did on her own. She's busy driving at the moment, and I'm playing around with the drone, trying to get some shots. It's quite a lengthy contract, this. Quite a big field actually. Brought in a bit of money, but once again not huge money. Enough to keep us in beers. A bit more than that, to be honest. Practicing our drone skills to try and get the panoramic views. Yeah, winter is still fairly quiet, simply because our goat herds are still, and sheep and flocks of sheep are still quite small, so they don't take a lot of time looking after. Of course, in the summer times we've got all the harvest contracts. We've got to make sure we get all the feed right, so we'll make sure that we harvest enough to feed over winter and get that all sorted out. Make sure that's all right. Of course, we've been lucky this season in that we've had 2 months of mild weather where we can pick up the odd contract here and there. As soon as the weather gets too bad, then nobody's working on their fields. Don't know, this may of course affect our early springtime work, because we might find that everybody's been taking advantage now of the good conditions. But then again, we don't know what the weather's going to be like in spring. There's nothing to say it can't be horrible and unworkable in spring either. In any case, we just finished that contract. Let's just get that all finished, pick up the little bits and pieces, make sure the job is done. Yeah, I think that's pretty much done. And that brought in just over 5,000 after we paid for the lease costs. Not bad. Well, I think that's where we're going to end this episode. Very fleeting, just to keep you in line with the routines. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheerio.